Welcome back to the channel, guys. So today we got a little bit of sad news to talk about, and that's concerning Prima Games, one of the premier strategy guide publishers for video games. They are shutting down after 28 years of being in the business. Definitely sad. Is it surprising? To me, not really. But if you were like me and you grew up with strategy guides, this is definitely something that kind of strikes a chord with you a little bit. It's like, we really got to get with the times, I guess, for some of us people stuck in the past. But, it was always a thing of buying strategy guides, for me anyway, not necessarily to use them to play the game, but just to have something to read. Love gaming information, love artwork for games. And, I still have some Prima game guides, like Dragon Warrior 7, one of my favorites. Lunar Silver Star Story Complete. And I never used these to play the games. I used them to look at monster information, equipment information, just looking at the pictures and stuff like that. I really dug these for mostly that purpose. And yeah, we've had the internet for a long while. We've had GameFAQs.com for a long while. If you got stuck in a game, you could go Google search it and find the answer. But there was just always something neat about having a physical book to look at and just admire the artwork and the stuff to do at the games, the information to do at the games. Sure, you could use that to guide your way through a game. I never really looked at it that way, because, if I'm going to play a role-playing game, which is mostly what I'd buy these books for, I didn't want to be, walked through the whole thing. Like I said, it was more of a, hey, I want to look at what the weapons are, I want to see the creatures, their stats, that kind of stuff. And it was really cool. And it's sad to see this stuff disappear. Yeah, we got to get with the times. Even Prima Games for a long while, I remember buying guides where it would be like, oh, to get the extended, version of this, or you would get a little teaser, like, here's a download. You can get an e-guide. I don't know who the hell buys e-guides, to be honest with you. So I'm sure they tried to transition into this day and age a little bit, but I think you're out of your mind. You're going to pay $10 to $20 for an e-guide when that information is available online. So it's not surprising to see this company have to shut their doors. So on this website, Publishers Marketplace, they have the announcement here. So DK announced the extremely difficult decision that they will no longer commission new Prima Games strategy guides following a significant decline in the video game guide sector, and the US-based imprint will be discontinued in spring 2019 after 28 years of publication. Man, the company says it's now in conversation with all colleagues in Roseville, Indianapolis, and New York who have been impacted by this announcement. They decline to indicate how many employees will be affected, though there are approximately 40 people from Prima on LinkedIn. So that definitely sucks for a lot of people. Don't know how many people work for them, but hopefully they can get placed and have more work elsewhere. Maybe, some kind of gaming journalism, if that's really what their passion is. And I'm sure a lot of this is like freelance work or contracted work. But yeah, to see these guys disappear, it's sad but not shocking at the same time. I don't know how many times over the years I would walk into a Best Buy or a GameStop and just see an abundance of strategy guides and just think, man, who is buying these things? I know I would for certain games, mostly just role-playing games. I've got some really old ones, actually. Nintendo Power Guide for Final Fantasy I, Final Fantasy Origins from Brady Games. Don't know whatever happened to them. Does Brady Games still publish, or were they part of Prima? I don't know. Parasite Eve, I really love these books, guys. You don't know. One of my oldest ones, Final Fantasy III. Who is this from? Infotainment World Books. I'm sure they're not around anymore. Look at how this thing's falling apart. This is day one from when the game released. I enjoy these books so damn much, and I love that, art books and stuff like that come out, and the history of like Legend of Zelda, Final Fantasy. I love that kind of stuff still comes out. And, the Super Mario one that we just looked at on the channel. Definitely cool stuff, but to see these kind of things disappear, it's going to be sad. Like I said, I would see these books in the stores and just be like, who's buying these? Nobody can be buying these anymore when the information is out there on the internet for free. That's why I look at, with them selling, e-guides to these games, I just, like, $10. Mega Man 11 e-guide, $10. Who needs a guide for Mega Man 11? So why would I buy an e-guide? If there was a nice book for it, maybe, but not an e-guide. All these little books, and I know they sell like little versions of them in stores sometimes. Mastering Minecraft. I just... Atari Flashback, the Essential Companion, is that like co-published by At Games? What the hell? But this market for strategy guides has been in a decline for a long while. Sad to see them go. I wish the best of luck to everybody who works for that company. But I'm sure they had to see this, this had to have been a trend that was going down for a long while with these sales. So many of these books just stacked up everywhere. Nobody buying them. There's certain ones, Skyrim, definitely. That's a huge book for, the physical version. A lot of cool information in it. I could see people wanting something like that. But a guide for, Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, I don't know. I mean, Mega Man 11, I don't know. Mobile gaming, no. Like, Smash Brothers Ultimate, they're going to be putting that one out. Physical as well, I think. But it's really, you had to be passionate about games and passionate about the actual game you were buying a book for. And I'm sure a lot of people who are still buying these books were probably buying them for the same reason I was. And that's just to have a companion to the game, something to kind of look at and read, not necessarily use as a strategy guide. So it is what it is. What do you guys think about this? I expected this to happen a lot sooner, not to necessarily, Prima Games being shut down, but just the decline of this kind of thing going on. Sad to see, but share your comments down below. Your experiences with strategy guides. What do you think about them? Do you even care? I mean, I haven't really bought guides in a while. I buy art books and stuff like that, but yeah, it is what it is, guys. Just wanted to share the news. Prima Games is going away. They're going to be finishing up whatever they have contracted to do up through spring next year. So whatever guides they're working on are still going to be coming out. But yeah, sad news indeed. Appreciate it, guys. Smash that like button. Slap around that notification bell. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Follow me on Twitter at Madlittlepixel. Doing some cool stuff over there. Why not? And with that said, guys, I will catch y'all next time. Peace out, bye-bye, and boom!